Hi friends, I'm Heidi Sherwin, a member of the Mindful Steps team. I specialize in yoga practices that focus on mindful trauma-informed movement, breathing practices, and progressive relaxation techniques. In this mini session, I want to offer you a quick and accessible way to jazz up the mind and body when you're feeling fatigued or holding excess tension. Then I will guide you through a calming breathing practice. I'll start our practice together from a standing position, but if you prefer to stay seated, please do. While I share the shapes from a standing, you can get creative, get curious about how you might want to navigate your needs from a chair or seated position. All right, if you would like to stand, meet me in mountain pose. All right. So mountain pose is our home base. Right? We do this all the time. We stand all the time. But mountain pose in yoga, we bring a mindfulness approach, landing into the feet, into the here and now, standing with a little more poise and dignity, allowing our spine to feel graciously tall. Taking a moment to soften your shoulders away from the ears, arms can rest by your side. Right. Now, a quick and easy way to jazz up, wake up the mind and body is by saying hello to the 6 movements of the spine. That's right, just simply allowing the spine to do what it wants to do is a great way to give you that boost. So 6 movements are simply side to side, forward and back, and rotation right and left. Right? So I'll guide you through some shapes, but again, know that creativity and curiosity goes far in your life. You can add these shapes in anytime, anywhere. Wake up in the morning, after you brush your teeth, while you're waiting for the coffee, right? While you're driving at a red light, just let the rib cage kind of move around. Do it while you have a break at work or before you're about to meet with patients. All right, so to begin, start in mountain pose, arms resting to your side. Invite your left hand to rest at the belly. We'll start with our side bends. Right arm's going to reach up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. And now lean over to your left. You may like to look neutral or look down to the left. And start to get a sense of this opening on the right side of the body. Let the breath do a little work. Invite an inhale in to expand the right side a little more. And an exhale to let things release and soften. Now standing into your feet, inhale, pick yourself back up. Right hand can rest at the belly, left arm sweeping it up. Taking a side bend now over to the right, this lateral curve of the spine, looking neutral or down to your right. Bringing the breath in, opening up this left side of the body. Exhaling, letting things soften. And then land into your feet as you inhale back to neutral. In your mountain pose, getting ready for a back bend, start to reach your arms up towards the space above you. Maybe wide, like you're making a yes sound, or the Y in YMCA. Right? Bend your knees a little bit. Start to lift your chest, just like saying good morning. Open things up, starting to arc your spine gently without dropping the head back too far. And now ease it back to mountain pose. Maybe notice sensation like lighting up. We'll do that one more time. When you're ready, take your arms up any amount. Start to get a little taller in your space, lifting the chest, a little curve in your back. And then bring it back to neutral. Right. Notice what you notice there. I find back bends to be like that quick energy boost, almost like a shot of espresso. And the good thing is I can do lots of back bends when I need to get an energy boost. I can't always get lots of espresso. Right. All right, let's move into our rotation. Right hand gently resting to the belly. Invite your left arm to move behind you. Right. From here, a little bend to the knees, and we'll turn the trunk of the body around to the left. Without force, not trying to create too much tension as you rotate. See if you'd like to look over your left shoulder. And I'll start to unwind from the twist. And we'll take that to the other side. Left hand resting to the belly like you did in the side bend. Right arm will sweep behind your back. Little bend to the knees. Start to turn the trunk of the body gently around to the right. Maybe the neck and gaze would like to look over the right shoulder, creating rotation in the neck. And then unwind from the twist. Coming back into your neutral mountain pose. So from side to side, our back bends, and then the rotation, moving into our final shape of a forward bend. Forward bend is about bringing ourselves closer towards the ground, but don't worry, you don't have to touch your toes or touch the earth. As you hinge forward from your hip crease, maybe a little bend to your knees, you could rest your hands gently to the thighs, to the shins, or like me, if you have a chair in front of you or even a table or counter, that works great. Resting your hands wherever they land. Allow the heart and head to descend as much as it's comfortable for your legs and your back. And once you reach that pause space, allow yourself to settle in, landing into the feet and legs to support this fold. Maybe close your eyes as you take 2 more breaths. And now as you initiate the rise, land back into your feet, into the earth. Hands can walk to the legs, to the hips as you lift the chest back up, re-greeting mountain pose. Right. As you re-greet your mountain, a few rolls back of the shoulders often feels nice. Right. And check in here. How are you feeling now? Notice what you notice, that moment of mindfulness, where you started and how you are now, even if it's 1% better. I'm going to move my chair a little closer as I prepare to guide you into a breathing practice. If you were standing, you might also like to come back to seated, but you can also practice it in mountain pose as well. But if you are taking a seat, take a moment to get comfortable. Allowing your feet to rest into the ground without crossing your legs or crossing the ankles. Allow the feet to be settled and neutral. Hands could rest to the tops of the legs, shoulders softening away from the ears. As you settle in for this breathing practice, again, access any amount of poise, dignity, length through your spine. You may wish to have your eyes gently open, or you could close your eyes for a moment. Landing in this present moment, this here, this now. Getting a sense of you. And starting to turn your inner gaze, your attention to the breathing body. As you turn your gaze to the breathing body, you make that conscious choice to let what's happening in the periphery is going to be there, to hang out, to do its thing without having to grab and grasp. Your attention is consciously being drawn to what's happening within you, the rhythm, the flow that is you. And in these moments, it can give you that spaciousness to access moments of clarity, or maybe more calm, or peace, or direction for whatever your next task, next activity, next moment is. The breathing practice today I would like to offer is a 3-part breath. It brings attention to how we breathe and the shape-changing qualities of the breath in the belly, the ribs, and the chest. To begin, I invite you to take a hand, rest gently at the belly, maybe even the upper belly below the rib cage. And as you rest it here, just start to notice the rhythm and flow from the inhale and exhale. Very natural to feel that subtle sensation, even if it's just a little soft whisper of that breath. With an inhale, the belly might move into the hand. And as you exhale, the belly recedes back towards the spine. Nothing to force or make happen. Start to access that smooth flow for you here. And then now your other hand, create like a C shape with your hand and place it to the side ribs. And the lower side ribs is usually more comfortable, so your shoulder and elbow can relax. And now noticing your belly, breathing. And with the inhale, the rib cage starts to expand. And as you exhale, the ribs soften towards center as the belly draws back to the spine. Doesn't need to be big, exaggerated. Little shape-changing movements of your breathing body. And now to integrate the third part from the belly, ribs to the chest. Taking the hand that was at the ribs, rest it to the belly, and hand at the belly, rest it to the center of the chest. Both shoulders softening, elbows relaxed by your side. And now as an inhalation is welcomed in, notice any amount of the belly expanding, ribs expanding, chest expanding and lifting slightly. And as you exhale, a return to center. Chest will lower, ribs draw in, belly recedes back. That cycle continues over and over again. This is your opportunity for a short moment to be in the center of that rhythm and flow that is you. Your life force, breathing body. I'll be quiet now while you take 3 more rounds of this 3-part breath on your own. And now start to turn your attention back into the space around you. From the hands resting to your chest and your belly, you might like to release the hands down. Give a big scoop up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Inhale. And with an exhale, arms come back down, resting hands to the legs. Getting a sense a little more to the sounds, the sights around you, blinking your eyes a little bit more. As you welcome back this moment, checking in again with you. How are you feeling, friend? And I do hope that you found the movement and breathing practice to be supportive of you today. Thank you for allowing me to share this practice with all of you. And thank you for all you do at WVU.